I'm imagining in my mind. And I don't think people realize that sometimes that's actually what's destroying their relationship, because it's not allowing it to grow and build into whatever it would naturally be. I almost feel sometimes like if you feel like to stay with someone, y'all have to get married, then that's definitely not the person you should be with. Because I think that the connection should be so solid that it doesn't matter, honestly. I think that whether we right here, whether whether we get married, whether we in a 1-bedroom apartment, whether we in a house, we still choosing each other. I feel like that's the epitome of any relationship. And I feel like that's what people should be looking for. They should be looking for that relationship that they're willing. Like, I think people should be looking for love. And a lot of times love and marriage doesn't really coincide. Marriage has a lot more outside things affecting it, but my time's up, so I'm gonna let somebody else go.
Yeah. I'm gonna say something real quick before we flip the chapter page. Just to kind of go back to what you say, Remy, about Ali. That's a great example. But however, Ali was an exceptional man. He wasn't a regular man, an above average man. He was an exceptional man. So for her to follow him, it's because she understood the inherent value that he possessed and the amount of people around the world globally, as much as they love to hate him, he had a huge impact on everything he moved. So she knew she was with an exceptional man, a once in a generation type of man. And lo and behold, to this day, we still talk about him, we still praise about him, regardless of how things transpire. Um, I don't think I don't think that women. I'm getting a mean feedback from you, Clout. Yeah, everybody got to mute up in between. I don't think that, honestly, hearing that woman out, I don't think that she was looking for a husband, or a leader, or even a provider. I don't even think any of those things even came up in her lexicon while she was, doing the interview. I'll be honest with you. I think the more I sit back and listen to a lot of these women who are in these type of relationships or these types of dynamics, and they end over frivolous things, and they talk about communication, like, which is the title of this entire show, right? For it to get to that point and not check on each other, no understanding of where things might lie, or even get off or end this marriage or relationship even before we got to this 15-year mark. What has come to me is that, and I'm gonna blow up YouTube right now, a lot of women want submissive providers. That's what it sounds like. A lot of these women want submissive providers, right? It's a dude who covers everything, does everything, and she does whatever she wants, still operates like she's single, still thinks like she's single, and he doesn't really have no input. She wants all the benefits that come with the relationship, in the marriage, in the dynamic, but still operate in her singleness. Because everything you heard in that interview was a woman who was operating from a single mindset. I yield.
All right, go ahead, Ramy.
I think I'm still digesting the second half, honestly, what you said, just because, like, operating in a single mindset, like, she dedicated 15 years, so I just want to, I guess, understand that better. But I do want to, the first part of what you said with Ali, I mean, I would assume because she married, her husband, she married a man, she chose to marry a man. One single drop can make a bunch of ripples. So yes, Ali affected people across the world, but we don't know who this man that she married has affected in his family and expanded his community and expanded. We don't know these things. So maybe she trusted her mission. Everybody can't be Ali White to your point. However, that doesn't mean I don't see a mission with this man or his purpose or a greater vision for an hour or whatever. So, I mean, but I do want to know what you meant by, like, somebody moving in a single space, because he didn't just put 15 years in, she put 15 years in. So what you mean?
It was more about how she spoke about it, right? It was more like she was already checked out of the relationship. Let's be very honest. She spoke and carried a spirit about her that she already had checked out. She had checked out. She didn't say when, or that wasn't divulged, but however, she was mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually checked out, right? Long before. She's not going to say when that happened. Obviously, she was very vague, but however, she was not present. She was already operating as a woman who's single. Although you might be married on paper, she is still operating from a single woman's mindset. And that was the mind frame in the interview that I took away when she said that.
You're on mute. You're on mute. Go ahead.
I love that you said that because excuse me, unmuting my mic kind of threw me off for a second, but no, I love that you said that because yeah, that speaks to communication anyway with men and women in the first place. I think a lot of people, especially so many people having conversations across the world about gender roles and what's supposed to be defined by the man and the woman, you know, where boundaries lie with this person, you know, gender, all that. But I, you know, if I'm speaking from my perspective and my study and my understanding is going to be that, you know, men are physically stronger than us, right? Like in this 3D, what we can touch, men are physically stronger than women, just in general, right? That women, I believe their role a lot of times has to do with spiritual covering. And I feel like there have been texts and things that have thrown us off from that type of balance with one another. And it's, I mean, a lot of this lately, especially with like the pandemics and stuff, everybody has been forced to go, you know, in their choices or in their life, in their own skin and figure out a balance within themselves. But I'm talking about in communication with another person. I don't think that it was, maybe she, to your point, she checked out because she probably already knew that, you know what I'm saying? Something turned her off. Women are typically inclined to, you know, be drawn to a man by like mental stimulation first. A lot of times it can be physical. Men are physical. That's why you was you talking about she had this rack on her in the back. We don't even, you know what I'm saying? You was given the things that would make you stay or someone be attracted, made her a woman of value in that way. That's, you know, you're physically, I mean, you're, you know, visually attracted. Attracted women typically, we are turned on mentally first. So yes, that was attracted me first. I looked at you, I felt you, your energy, whatever, it turned me up. Fast forward, I knew when it was over. You know what I'm saying? I knew, okay, I'm and it, honestly, it chips away. You know what I'm saying? With women, it's not just one big blow up unless it's disrespectful. Respectfully.